Are you feeling unappreciated and unfulfilled in your relationship? Do you feel like something just isn't right, but you can't quite put your finger on it? Happily ever after isn't always the case. If you are starting to sense that the relationship isn't leading anywhere, it's time to consider if it's time to leave her. But how do you know for sure? What are the signs that it's time to call it quits? By the end of this video, you will see 10 signs that it's time to leave her and move on. Number 10. She is disrespectful of your opinions and feelings. If your partner is disrespectful of your opinions and feelings, it may be time to leave the relationship. Disrespect can come in many forms, such as belittling your point of view, speaking to you in a condescending way, or disregarding your feelings. For example, if you mention that you think a new restaurant is nice, and she responds by calling it stupid, it is a sign that she is not respecting your opinion. Similarly, if you express emotion, and she dismisses it without caring, it's a sign that she does not take your feelings seriously. If your partner is behaving in this way, it can be damaging to your mental health and self-esteem. It is important to remember that you deserve to be treated with respect. If your partner is unable to respect your opinions and feelings, it is a sign that it may be time to leave the relationship. Number 9. She's not interested in your life. When the spark of interest starts to fizzle, it may be time to bid farewell. It can be hard to tell when it's time to move on, but if your partner isn't making an effort to learn about your life, then it's a sign that they don't really care. Maybe they don't ask questions when you talk about your day, or they don't pay attention when you talk about your hobbies. It's not healthy to stay in a relationship when one person doesn't care about the other. If your relationship has become one-sided with little to no effort from your partner, it may be time to accept that it's time to move on. You deserve a partner who is interested in what's important to you and who cares about your life. Number 8. You're constantly walking on eggshells. Relationships should be a place of comfort, understanding, and mutual respect. Unfortunately, if you're constantly walking on eggshells, it could be a sign that it's time to leave her. For example, if your partner is always angry or upset with you, and you can never please them no matter what you do, it's likely time to move on. Or, if the conversations you have with your partner are often filled with tension, then it's a strong sign that it's time to leave. Surely it's time to ask yourself if this is the kind of relationship that you want to stay in, and if it's really worth the emotional roller coaster. Are you really getting what you need and deserve from this relationship, or is it a one-sided dynamic? If not, it may be time to end it and find someone who can appreciate and respect you. Number 7. You don't trust her. Do you find yourself doubting her or questioning her actions? You may have thought it would last forever, but if you're starting to feel unsure about her, it's time to take a step back and reassess the situation. When it comes to relationships, trust is essential, and if you can't trust her, it's time to move on. For example, if you find yourself questioning their every move and no longer taking them at their word, it's probably time to leave. Trust is essential in any relationship, and without it, things can quickly start to unravel. Don't stay in a relationship if you don't trust her. If she's not being honest, or you can't rely on her, don't be afraid to walk away. After all, if you don't trust her, then why stay? Number 6. She's not supportive. You deserve someone who will encourage and support you, not tear you down. It's never easy to make the decision to leave someone you care about, but if your partner is not supportive of your goals, dreams, and decisions, it may be time to move on. Take, for example, a situation where you are considering a career change. You speak to your partner about it, and they immediately shoot down your idea, saying it will never work and that you should stick with your current job. That kind of negative reaction can be damaging to your self-confidence and make you feel like you can't do anything right. Number 5. She's verbally or physically abusive. Being in an abusive relationship is never the right choice. If your partner is verbally or physically abusive, it's time to leave. No one should have to face the fear, pain, and helplessness of abuse. Unfortunately, many people do, especially in relationships. If your partner is verbally or physically abusive, it's time to leave. This kind of behavior is never okay, and you deserve to be in a safe and healthy relationship. An example of this kind of abuse could be if your partner calls you names or insults you in any way. This is unacceptable, and you shouldn't have to endure it. Another form of abuse could be if your partner hits you, slaps you, or otherwise hurts you physically. This is a clear sign that it's time to leave. Number 4. She's selfish. When the relationship becomes all about her and her needs, it may be time to leave her. If your partner is selfish, it can be difficult to make things work. For example, if you've been planning a special date night and she cancels it at the last minute to go out with her friends, it's a clear indication that she's not putting your relationship first. It is important to examine your partner's behavior and see if they are truly being selfish. If they are, it can be draining to be in a relationship with someone who is not willing to compromise or give you the attention you deserve. When your partner puts their own needs above yours and does not show any signs of changing, it is time to leave them. Number 3. She is unfaithful or secretive about her whereabouts. You thought you had it all figured out, but it's time to leave her when she's unfaithful or secretive about her whereabouts. When you find yourself in a relationship, you can expect a certain amount of trust and openness between the two of you. But when your partner is unfaithful or secretive about her whereabouts, it's a clear sign that it's time to leave her. Cheating is an obvious betrayal of trust, but it goes beyond that. If your partner is unwilling to be honest with you about where she is or who she's with, that's a major red flag. It means she's not respecting you or your relationship. It's difficult to accept that you've been lied to, but it may be time to move on. Number 2. She has a double standard when it comes to expectations. Is it time to let her go when she has a double standard for expectations? When a partner has a double standard, it can be difficult to maintain a healthy relationship. If she is expecting more from you than she is willing to do herself, the relationship may not be balanced. She may be expecting you to make all the effort while she is not doing the same. Moreover, if she has a double standard in the way she holds you accountable while she is not held to the same standard, it means she is not treating you fairly. If you constantly feel like you are being judged and held to a higher standard while she gets away with not meeting expectations, it is time to leave her. Number 1. You don't feel happy. The search for true happiness begins when you realize that your current relationship isn't working out. When the relationship you are in slowly starts to take its toll on your emotional and mental well-being, it is a sign that it is time to leave her. When the spark that once existed begins to fade and you no longer feel the same way about her, it is time to walk away. You don't feel happy, and it can be seen in your lack of enthusiasm and energy. You don't feel the same way when you are around her, and it can be seen in your body language and attitude. If you no longer feel connected to your partner, and if you start to drift apart, it is a sign that it is time to move on and start a new chapter in your life. Don't stay in a relationship out of fear or because you think it is the right thing to do. Find happiness and the strength to leave her. Final thoughts. The purpose of this video was to help you identify when it may be time to end a relationship. If you don't feel happy in your relationship, this could be a sign that it's time to leave. Other signs may include a lack of communication, a lack of trust, physical or emotional abuse, and a feeling like you're constantly walking on eggshells. If you find yourself in any of these scenarios, it might be time to consider leaving the relationship. It's important to remember that leaving a relationship may not be easy, but it could be the best decision for you in the long run. Now you need to watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. It will show you how high-value men attract women with zero effort. Make sure to watch it now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.